could get snatched up. Dirty ass ass, baby girl, you need to back up. It's your Miami and I can't run my sack up.
Guys, welcome me to my car.
Hey, girl.
You're so silly. What's that?
Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat.
This is the story of Cashay Henderson, aged 31, a transgender woman who was shot and killed by Cordell Howze, aged 33. They met after he searched online for an escort but got upset about some things while they were indoors, which included him finding out that she was trans. Cordell would go ahead to kill her, then make videos of her while she was laying dead on the floor. He also burnt down her house while she was inside dead just to cover his tracks. He went ahead to tell his friend that he caught a body for a fucking trans lady. Footprints in the snow, fingerprints in Cashay's car, and a confession to friends via showing them her body would connect Cordell to the crime. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story will be taking us to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee is a vibrant city on the shores of Lake Michigan, offering a unique blend of world-class amenities, fast-paced excitement, and endless charm. Amongst the largest cities, Milwaukee ranked third highest for murder, aggravated assault, and robbery. With a total of 5,016 crimes per 100,000 people, the Milwaukee crime rates stand at 115.81, higher than the national average. Cashay Henderson, aged 31, was a trans woman who was described as a jokester, funny, loving and adorable person.
Give me five, it's a vibe. In the hood like drive-bys. I ain't talking waving hands when I'm in Dubai, bye. With the people.
She was originally from Chicago but moved to Milwaukee and was a well-known figure in the Milwaukee LGBTQ+ community and was known for her advocacy.
Was it any busy or quiet?
It was okay.
Is it?
Can't complain.
How far do you need to go down?
Cashay was a very lively person who tried to live her life to the fullest despite what others think of her. She kept her spirit up and loved every bit of herself. She was a friendly person too who was liked by people who met her.
Guys, welcome me to my car.
Hey, girl.
You're so silly. What's that?
Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat.
I gotta get in trouble for this Snapchat.
You won't get in trouble with Snapchat?
As long as you're not gonna get in
I'm
trouble.
gonna need you to open up my car door and let me in my car.
I can do that.
What's
I'll be a
that?
gentleman.
I don't even make video. But I said, why not?
Yeah, mix
Right.
it up, you know?
Somebody do
Hey,
it.
we have Pato. She
Pato.
winning big. She's not sugar mom.
No, you're my sugar daddy. Correction, I'll smack you in your motherfucking face. You're my sugar daddy. Wait, there go my car right there. Come on, you gotta open up my car door.
Where is that? That big GMC?
The big GMC,
That's you?
you see my lights?
Oh, okay.
You hear it?
Oh, Nissan.
The what?
That's a Nissan, right?
Yeah.
Sexy little man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, bad things would end up happening to Cashay because of what and who she identified as. On February 26, 2023, Cashay would end up losing her life in a very tragic way. In the early hours of February 26, Cashay would end up with a man named Cordell Howze, age 33. A Milwaukee police poll camera near Teutonia and Villard captured Cashay's car heading home to her apartment building around 3:45 a.m. The footage showed two people in the car, Cashay and Cordell. When they got home, something's happened in there making Cordell upset. It is rumored that he got tricked by Cashay and he later found out she was trans, which really got him upset. During his rage, he got his gun and shot her in the head and neck, killing her on the scene. After killing her, he doused her house with gasoline and tried to burn the whole house down just to cover his tracks. 911 was initially called to put out fire in the burning building but were shocked and they put off the fire and later found a dead person in the building. They identified the person as Cashay Henderson, aged 31. An autopsy found that the cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds to her head and neck, and the manner of death was ruled a homicide. That showed the fire did not kill her. They investigated and noticed from the camera on the street that two people had walked into the house but only one person came out in the morning. A latent print recovered from a container of Lysol wipes inside Cashay's vehicle was determined to be Cordell Howze. During the investigation, police found out that Cordell showed up at the friend's home after the crime armed with a black SIG and 9mm PT-20 handgun with a green laser beam and an extended magazine. The friend claimed he was acting strange and had a blank stare on his face. The man told authorities that Cordell showed him a video that depicted what appeared to be a dead African-American woman laying dead on the floor. He went ahead to tell the friend that he caught a body of a disgusting trans. Cordell's mother stated that Sunday morning he came home agitated and handed her a Gucci purse and Rolex watch. She gave the purse and watch to police, who were later able to identify it as Cashay's purse. During an attempt to arrest him, he led police on a car chase. He was eventually arrested after his car was disabled during the pursuit. Cordell Howze was charged with first-degree reckless homicide, habitual criminality repeater, use of a dangerous weapon, as well as possession of a firearm by a felon.
He is now charged in the death of Cashay Henderson, the transgender woman who was found shot to death last weekend in her burning apartment. TMJ4's Sarah McGrew with the details and disturbing criminal complaint on what led to that arrest. Sarah?
Yeah, after talking to Cashay's cousin today about the new information, she says she doesn't know how Cordell and Cashay knew each other or what the motive could have been. And I do want to warn you that some of the details of the criminal complaint are graphic. Veronica Beck is still in shock after losing her cousin just a week ago.
We were raised like brothers and sisters. We were raised like siblings, not like cousins. We were always together.
She says no one in her family had ever heard of Cordell Howze, the man accused of killing Cashay.
It's still not making any sense to us as to why or how he even knew Cashay, or it's still not making any sense of what was his point, what was his reasoning.
A criminal complaint reveals on February 25th, a witness says Howze asked him to drive him to Milwaukee from Nina. Howze's mom told police he was dropped off at her West Allis apartment. That same evening, his mom told police she saw him dancing to music with a gun. The next morning, she recalls her son wasn't there, but came back later that Sunday. He gave her a Gucci bag and a Rolex watch. Both were later found out to be Cashay's. Firefighters responded to Cashay's house for reports of a fire that Sunday morning. That's when they discovered her body with multiple gunshot wounds.
I just want to know why her. Out of all the people, why her? Was it jealousy? Was it hate?
A day after Cashay's body was discovered, the witness from Nina said Howze came back to his house with no warning and disturbing video. According to the criminal complaint, Howze allegedly talks about what happened, showing the witness a cell phone video of an African-American woman with blood on her head, and saying, "I caught the body of a disgusting expletive tran." In this context, officials say that means he killed a transgendered person.
And like, what does that mean? What did she do to you?
Beck says her uncle, Cashay's dad, is hoping to learn more from police this week.
Our main focus is justice.
Court records show that Cordell pleaded not guilty to the charges that same month. He later tried to plead guilty by reason of insanity, but court records show the plea was rejected.
Now to the latest in a story we've been following for months. The fight for justice for a murdered black transgender woman entered the courtroom today. A Nina man is charged with Cashay Henderson's death, and CBS 58's Ali Nakamoto White has the latest from the Milwaukee County Courthouse.
33-year-old Cordell Howze entered a not guilty plea by mental disease or defect, this one day after what would have been Henderson's 32nd birthday.
State of Wisconsin versus Cordell Howze, 23 CF 877.
We'd enter a not guilty and not guilty by mental disease or defect.
Cordell Howze is being charged with first-degree reckless homicide and possession of a firearm by a felon after police found the body of Cashay Henderson in an apartment fire in February. On Thursday, the court authorized 2 psychological evaluations after separate requests from Howze's defense attorney and the prosecution. His arraignment held the day after Henderson's family spoke publicly for the first time since her death, with loved ones describing her as kind, loving, and an overall great person.
She didn't deserve this. My family and I just want justice for what happened to her.
Howze's next court date will be July 14th for the judge to review those doctor's orders.
The defense team was able to show the court that even though there was no clear motive but brought up cell phone records that showed Cordell searched for a Milwaukee transgender escort on the day Cashay was killed. That might have been the way they came across each other.
It will be an investigation that proves beyond a reasonable doubt that on February 26th of 2023, in the early morning hours, the defendant got a ride to Ms. Henderson's residence, shot her twice in the head, took a video of her body before he did so, and then stole her property.
Some of it you might find disgusting, some of it you might find troubling. But again, focus on the direct portions of the questions. What has the state proven? Have they proven what they claim to the level beyond a reasonable doubt? Not guesswork, not speculation. What have they proven at the end?
After trial, he was found guilty of the crimes he committed 15 months ago. It took the 12 members of the jury 1 hour to deliberate. They found Cordell Howze guilty on all 3 of the counts he faced.
Good afternoon, I'm Mike Strelo.
And I'm Amanda Porterfield. Thank you for choosing the CBS 58 News at 4 o'clock. A man accused of killing a black transgender woman in Milwaukee was found guilty.
The verdict was swift for a crime that happened more than 15 months ago on the city's north side. CBS 58's Pavlina Osta was in court today. She joins us from the newsroom with more. Pavlina.
Mike, Amanda, it took the 12 members of the jury 1 hour to deliberate. They found Cordell Howze guilty on all 3 charges he faced.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Cordell M. Howze, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
The other counts included felony possession of a firearm, something a witness testified about.
I was in my sleep and then I heard like a really loud gunshot.
And arson.
That was the window I saw that was on fire when I called the police.
On February 26, 2023, Howze shot Henderson twice in the head before lighting her and the apartment on fire. That's where Henderson's body was found that morning at 29th and Villard. Investigators were able to discover that the fire was no accident.
We noticed that there was burn marks, irregular shaped burn marks that was in the carpeting fibers, and it trailed towards the door of the apartment to exit into the hallway.
During the trial, 2 other witnesses were called to the stand, both saying Howze told them he killed a transgender person. Howze entered a plea of not guilty by mental disease or defect, but he was denied. Howze's sentencing will take place August 9th.
He faces 86 years to life. Another senseless crime that could have been avoided. Despite how some people feel, they could easily walk away if they discover what they don't like just to save themselves from situations like this. No one deserves to be killed in that manner. We hope this serves as a form of closure to her family. Our sincere condolences to the friends and family of Cashay Henderson. We hope her soul continues to rest in peace. Please stay safe out there, and we hope to see you guys in the next video.